As it churns in the northeast Gulf, this is heading west in the direction of Texas. I'll break down the path and what impacts we could see here in Houston. Hottest weather we're forecasting in about a year. The last time we hit 100 here in Houston was August 20th of last year, and today it certainly is a possibility. A live look from our Fred Haas Toyota World camera. Bright blue skies, not tracking any cloud cover out there. Current air temperature 88, but feeling like 99 degrees across the board, already reaching the 90s. And as we head into the afternoon, we will be flirting with 100 degrees. If we hit it, it would likely be around 4 o'clock today. But the concerning part, factor in the humidity, it feels closer to 108. That's why today we've got a heat advisory. It started about an hour ago, lasts until 8 p.m. And we are expecting a heat advisory or a heat warning every single day over the next few days. But you'll notice, Andy, rain chances returning by Thursday. That's Bertha, but I've got more on our full forecast coming up.
Bertha?
No, absolutely not. In fact, a lot of the biggest impacts, that's going to be felt over the Gulf, which means a lot of coastal areas actually going to be okay. I want to show you what it looks like. Or this week, maybe a late summer trip through the Gulf Coast. We are going to be dealing with dangerous surf, elevated rip current risk. Please be careful if you're getting in the water. Storm Tracker 2 radar, you can see the center of that circulation just south of the Florida Panhandle, and these rain bands pushing their way on shore, bringing with it rain not just from Florida, but even portions of Louisiana already seeing some of these rain bands. Now, I do want to say Bertha, she's been strengthening. Right now, maximum sustained winds at 60 miles per hour. The wind has been going up. The pressure has been going down. That's indicating that it's strengthening. But I'll tell you what, it is not speeding up movement. Still moving to the northwest at 3 miles per hour. And you can see with that track, this is going to bring it into New Orleans during the day on Wednesday before it continues to push its way to the west. In fact, this has the center of the circulation passing over Houston as we go into the day on Friday. Now, here's an important note. This system is going to be interacting with land quite a bit. Because of that land interaction, the Hurricane Center forecasts it to decrease in strength. By Thursday, 40-mile-per-hour winds. By the time it gets here in Houston, winds significantly decrease. Now it's just a remnant low with 30-mile-per-hour winds. So still going to be a bit breezy, but we're not going to be feeling like a tropical system. In fact, Future Track is going to show a very asymmetrical system. This shows most of the heavy rainfall staying over the water, but it is possible we can start to see some rain bands as early as Wednesday night. You can see Wednesday, 10 o'clock, those heavy downpours. This will be a tropical rain, so a quick few inches, not out of the question, starting Wednesday night. Tropical storm alerts, that's in place from Florida through Louisiana, and most of us not going to see a whole lot. Storm surge threat is impacting areas from Louisiana through Alabama. But you'll see rainfall for Bertha mainly staying offshore. Our extended guard down because forecasts can change and really change rapidly. But for now, no significant impacts expected in Houston. You can see Tropical Storm Bertha, the center of that circulation just to the south of the Florida Panhandle there. And we actually just got an update from the National Hurricane Center. No big changes. Pressure is staying the same. Wind still at 60 miles per hour. But it is now moving a bit quicker from the northwest at 6 miles per hour, which means it's going to be making landfall in Louisiana on Wednesday and then continue to work towards Houston. You'll notice Houston still very squarely in the center of that cone, and the big change from yesterday is that this new cone still has it as a tropical storm as it pushes into Houston. That means we may be a bit on the breezy side as we head into Friday before it continues to push inland. Most of the rainfall, however, is expected to stay over the Gulf, which means here in Houston, we are going to be dealing with some intense heat. A live look outside. We've got bright sunshine, very little cloud cover, air temperature 95, feeling like 102. And here's the problem. Winds are coming in from the southwest. Whenever you have winds with that westerly component, we can bake here in Houston. So far, we have not hit 100, but it's possible later this week with excessive heat warnings. Lisa, Joel, I've got much more in our full forecast coming up.
We'll see you soon. Caroline, what's the latest information on
So the latest is that it is still tropical storm, still headed towards Louisiana. And here in Houston, I mean, for us, our impacts have actually been decreasing what we're expecting.
Are they?
As this comes more into focus, it looks like we're going to get out of this pretty unscathed.
I'm still going to knock on that.
Yeah, I mean, we still always have to watch it, but things are looking pretty good. Here, this is where we have the center of the circulation here. Right now, it's still producing winds at 60 miles per hour, moving to the northwest at 6. You can see it's expected to make landfall in Louisiana on Wednesday, and there it's going to have a lot of land interaction. Now, if this does stay a little bit further north, the more land it interacts with, the less impacts we're going to have. Regardless, by Friday morning, as it moves into Houston, this will be Tropical Depression Bertha, bringing with it some gusty winds, coastal impacts. Certainly, if you are heading to the beach this weekend, rip currents are going to be a concern in addition to higher surf. So please do be careful. Otherwise, impacts here in Houston are expected to be pretty minimal. Let me show you what it looks like on our future track. You can see this asymmetrical storm dealing with a lot of wind shear. That's why you're not going to see that really strong rotation, but it doesn't mean we can't see anything, because as we head into Wednesday afternoon, we'll start to see some of those rain bands pushing through. Any downpour you see is a tropical downpour, so we can get a quick few inches, but big flood threat not expect. Record-breaking heat. That is a day to watch here in Houston. If we hit 100, that'll be our first 100-degree day, assuming we don't hit it today. Heat advisory in place through 8 o'clock today, but into Wednesday, that is an excessive heat warning with heat index values up to 115 degrees. We always talk about being hot and humid in the summertime. I want to stress this is not normal. Please take it serious. Pushes towards Houston. I want to show you what they're putting now. Tropical Storm Bertha, the 4 o'clock update, still keeping winds at 60 miles per hour. Pressure is staying the same. It has sped up just by 1 mile per hour, now moving to the northwest at 6 miles per hour. Still expected to make a landfall in Louisiana as a tropical storm, but you can see before it reaches Houston again, it's going to keep that tropical storm strength. Now, it is expected to be a very weak tropical storm, but I'll tell you what, I never trust our warm Gulf waters. Because of that, it's important to pay attention to this forecast. It's expected to reach Houston on Friday, likely as a tropical depression or a weak storm, so it can be a bit windy. Let's talk about alerts, because right now, no alerts in place. Now includes New Orleans. We are expecting the heaviest of the rainfall. That's going to be staying out over the open waters, which means here in Houston, our rainfall impacts really going to be minimal. Our wind impacts also going to be minimal. I think our greatest impact is going to be rough surf in coastal waters. But Lisa, Joel, really, when it comes to the most dangerous weather this week, that's going to be the heat here in Houston.
Not looking, well, I mean, it's hot out. We can deal with that. I'm just
102
hoping.
tomorrow is going to be
102,
rough.
yeah, that's brutal. Okay, dangerously hot. Like we're doing.
Yeah, and if you're going to go on a walk, wake up really, really early, because boy, the afternoons are a bit miserable.
Crazy forecast you've got there with all those numbers.
Yeah, a lot of numbers, and a lot of them are 3 digits, which is not what we like to talk about. In fact, it's been about a year since that happened. Our last 100-degree day, August 20th of last year.
Wow. What was it?
11 months and a day ago. So this is not normal heat. Let's talk closer to 102. Part of the reason why we're so hot, it's those winds coming in from the west. That westerly component is a hot, dry air, and that helps us heat up incredibly efficiently. Actual air temperature right now here in Houston, 97 degrees. Yesterday we hit 98. Officially today, once again, kind of flirting with that triple-digit mark. We haven't officially hit it yet here in Houston, but they already hit it in New York and Washington, D.C. Pretty rare that we haven't hit it, but they've hit it off in the northeast. Heat advisory still going to be in place through 8 o'clock this evening, because temperatures slow to cool down at 8 o'clock. Actual air temperature still sitting in the mid-90s, feeling closer to 100 degrees, and watch through the night. Midnight, 86 feels like 93. We really don't get a lot of relief as we head through the overnight hours, but you need to get out early, because into the afternoons, things can get dangerously hot. We've now got an extreme heat warning issued for Wednesday, starting at 11 a.m., lasting through 8 p.m. Heat index up to 115. 115 degrees. I'll tell you what, if in evening, those are going to be later rain bands associated with Bertha. Let's talk about heat index because this is what really counts starting early Wednesday. 6 a.m. feeling like 85. It's not great, but it's as good as it's going to be because as we head into the afternoon, everywhere feeling between 115 and 119 degrees. Please take this seriously. Don't chalk it up to Houston's always hot in the summer. This is abnormal heat, and it's the hottest we've been in about a year. Heat index values soar.